Hello and welcome to Esther's Gardening Adventures. I'm Esther and I've been away for a 4-day work trip to Boston. So I'm back and boy, is my garden booming. I can't wait to show you. So many flowers blooming. Today we're gonna harvest potatoes and see how I did. And then we're gonna go to the community garden to see what's going on there. So let's get going. I can't wait to show you and discover along with you. And right before I left for my work trip, this beautiful Danish flag poppy bloomed that I got the seeds from City Hall and my friend Karen. I'll make sure to link to her page in case you want to buy those seeds. Here's part of my front yard garden and another part, and we'll get to that in a minute. But first, let's see what's going on here. Zinnias, this color, this orange salmony color, I'm dying for. I love it. I love it, and look how many layers I have of this pink one. This is from the saved seeds from last year because it was so giant, and it is giant. It is not disappointing. This thing is freaking giant, and it's gorgeous. Over here, we can see some of the dwarf coxcomb is starting to put on a flower. It looks like I'm gonna have some red or sort of coral colored one. That's really, really exciting. I have chokeweed everywhere. Didn't pull it back before I left, and we had a ton of rain, and it's gone gangbusters. Other new developments is the coral salvia is blooming. My memories of Mona cosmos are blooming. Isn't that stunning? Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous orangey red color. Oh, I'm 100% growing that every year. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's really, really vibrant orange. We've also got salvia still going. Look how beautiful the snapdragons are. 2 different colors. We have this is kind of how they look when they first emerge, and then they get this gorgeous yellow red color to them later on. And then my whippersnapper micro tomato, look. It's actually producing tomatoes of a measurable size. So I'm hoping soon, maybe in a few weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'll have some to harvest. Bumblebees enjoying the butterfly weed growing in my front yard. And there's another bee here. A bunch of little bees enjoying it. So it's not just butterflies that enjoy the butterfly weed. The bees and other pollinators enjoy it too. That's really awesome. I didn't know that. My calendula flowers that I grew from seed, I didn't start them in winter sowing. I planted them directly in the pots in probably February. They're blooming finally. They started blooming last week as I was leaving. Now, calendula is really great as a medicinal thing, but it's so pretty. These yellow flowers, gorgeous. And then up behind them, the sunflowers have bloomed. Sunflowers! Yay! They survived a really strong wind, a really strong storm. There's even one down here, and more of those memories of Mona cosmos. I tell you what, and then along with the echinacea, tell you what, this garden, and even the chokeweed is blooming, although I definitely need to catch that. It's making for a really, really beautiful, colorful garden for the front yard, which, yeah, that's my goal, and I'm so happy to see. Okay, so we're coming up on the first plot, and not surprisingly, my sugar snap peas are pretty much done. They can't handle the heat, but my green arrow shelling peas are doing amazing. Look at this. Oh yeah, they're doing great. I think I might have some peas to shell. Oh, look, there's one that popped open. Oh my goodness. Okay, I might need to start harvesting these guys if that's happening. It tastes so good fresh. All right, I'm taking that home for lunch. You'll notice I also have a volunteer tomato that I've kind of let do its own thing. We'll find out what it is once we see some tomatoes. I'm guessing it's cherry tomatoes by the size of the leaf. Peppers are looking good. Overall, these are really taking off. Look at these peppers. That's fantastic. Do we see any flowers? No, there's a flower, and look, I think we got some fruit. What plant is this? This is one of the banana peppers that's got flowers going. Yay! This mystery tomato has something actually getting colored. These are cherry. Oh, I have a list of tomatoes I have to look over and see what they are, but I think these were the wild cherry, Bangway wild yellow cherry tomatoes. They're starting to get colors on them. Uh-oh. Well, I broke one off. I'll have to take it and put it inside. As long as it's starting to blush, you can take it in. These guys are looking all pretty good. Tomatoes are coming along. Got a couple nice big tomatoes growing here. This is the, what are you? This is a porco tomato. Oh yeah, my mom's porco tomato seeds. I think I need to harvest the radishes. Well, not harvest, pull the radishes. Although they are feeding butterflies and stuff, so not too bad. The main reason I came by today was to try to get some squash for lunch. Let's see. Is this big enough to harvest? Oh no, I see some. Oh my goodness. You guys, look. I have winter squash growing. For reals. Okay, the reason I'm so excited is I've never actually gotten a plant to get this far in growing winter squash. And one of the things I've been doing is I've been burying the stem as I go to help give it ways to root down to deal with the bugs. My watermelons are doing well. This one struggled with some disease. I'm not quite sure, but this one, look how, this is a moon and stars as well. Look how much she's vining out. As well as this one, it's got some weeds around it, but it's vining out as well. Oh my gosh, the vine's all the way over to there. Now one thing I've been doing is I've been leaving the weeds around my squash, because last year my squash plants that had big weeds around them actually did the best, and I think it was because it helped block access to the stems for some of the plants. I don't know. Maybe it was shade, maybe it was something, I don't know. So I'm being less aggressive, but Mr. Spider, you're gonna have to get off because I want to harvest this. Come on, get off. Go somewhere else. Maybe I'll let it grow. Let's see, what else do we have? Got one over there. Okay, here's one I can harvest. Oh my gosh, it's a giant. Oh, and it looks like it's starting to, yeah, I definitely need to harvest it. It's got a bug in it already. Which is fine, you just cut around it. Oh yeah, that's gonna be good for lunch. These guys have managed to stay alive. I buried the stem and hoping they would be able to survive the squash vine borer. And that one seems in particular to do well. But I'm about to scroll up and show you my most gorgeous sight in the garden yet today. Yes, those winter squash were amazing, but I'm also really thrilled. I gotta flip the screen to show you the full impact. My black peony poppies have bloomed. Look. They are freaking gorgeous. Oh my Lord. Oh my Lord. Look how huge these things are. Okay, this is my hand. This is the black peony poppy. Oh, you are so beautiful. Can I pet you? Can I pet you without your leaves falling off? Your petals falling off? They are stunning. And look, even the bud is beautiful. Oh. Okay, I'm 100% growing black peony poppies from now on. No question. Tomatoes are doing well. That one needs a little bit of pruning. I need to come back and harvest more chamomile. Boy, it really went crazy while I was gone. Keep in mind that this is plot number 1, so I'll go to plot number 2 in a minute. Next up is, oh, some critter got into my strawberries. Or no, I think this is mold. I think this is, we had so much rain that this plant got too moldy. But these others are doing well. Let's see if we find any edible strawberries right at the moment. Got some babies going. Got a little one here. Yeah. Oh, we might actually have some onion bulbs. If I can get a proper onion to grow this year, I will be beyond thrilled. I really will. Oh, but before I go, let's harvest a beet. Yes, this is one I saw before I left that I didn't harvest because I didn't have time. Woo! It's beautiful. Look at that. I'm gonna cook that up and have that with lunch. All right, we're coming up to my garden. Now, when I left, there was a possible pickle that was getting big. Cucumber, I mean. And I'm really hoping that the cucumber is alive and full and big. Oh, the garden's looking great, everyone. Look at that. So lush. Needs weeding. These are some beans I planted. More beans. Let's see the cucumber though. Oh, cucumber. Oh, the winds really knocked down these beans, green beans, but looks like we'll have some. Okay, drum roll everyone. Let's see, did we get a cucumber while I was gone? Did we get a cucumber? Did we get a cucumber or did it die? Ah, rats. It got that partial pollination thing that makes you think you're gonna get a cucumber, and then it doesn't. Boo. All right, well, let's see. Any other contenders out there? Wait, you guys. Wait. Hold the presses. What's that? What's that? It is a full legitimate cucumber. I am harvesting her. Oh, this is a tasty treat slicer cucumber. I got a cucumber this year, you guys. This is victory. 100% victory. Huge goal achieved. Yes. I'm so glad you were here to see me harvest it. Right before I had to leave, there was a huge windstorm, and I was afraid these sunflowers would be knocked to the ground. So I grabbed this trellis, that's basically this one that I had over there, and I put it up against the sunflowers to help hold them up. I didn't tie them because I figured Mother Nature can blow them away and they could kind of lean on that fence if they needed to lean. But not only did they survive while I was gone, but they bloomed. Look at that beauty. Yay! We got sunflowers! The marshmallow plant needs help staying upright, for sure. But look at all those beautiful flowers of marshmallow. Loving and missed. And this is another one I had trouble with last year. My poppies have still somewhat blooming, but mostly gone to seed now. My straw flowers. Listen to that. My straw flowers have bloomed. Oh, I can't wait till they open up fully. Okay. Gently, dear. Gently. To quote a word from Princess Bride. Gently. Okay. Oh, yes. Zinnias are blooming. We still have bachelor's buttons. Over here. It looks like, so somebody told me that I think I have most of the leaf miners gone. This one needs to be taken care of. But the leaves are looking a lot better than last time. Thank you to whoever told me it was a leaf miner and to not compost the leaves. That was a really nice tip. And they're looking a lot healthier now. I should be able to harvest some. Maybe even today. No, not today. I got enough today. The corn I planted over here is doing nicely, along with a lot of other weeds. But we have some corn coming up. It's an experiment crop this year. And as I'd hoped, using these little sticks against the ground, look, my Christmas lima bean has not only found the fence, it's gone above it. We're gonna have so many Christmas lima beans this year and other beans this year. It's going to be amazing. Tomatoes haven't quite turned here yet. Let's see. Are you turning? Oh, you are starting to turn. You're starting to get a little blush on you. Oh, and the milkweed from last year is starting to set flowers. That's neat. I'm excited to see that. One thing I had to do before I left was harvest the garlic. I was about to leave for my 4-day work trip, and the rain had been so bad that the ground was soaked, and I noticed that the garlic stems themselves and leaves were turning black and moldy. So I wasn't able to film it, but I basically pulled all the garlic. And then I had to peel all of those garlic cloves because I knew they wouldn't survive for 4 days still being damp while I was gone. This is how that plot looked before all that rain. Typically you want to harvest garlic when it hasn't rained for several days, at least 3 or 4 days, and when the ground is nice and dry. That'll give you an opportunity to cure the garlic. So I have some examples here of some garlic that I harvested right before that big rain came. And you can see these first 2 here, the first 2 in the front, they look pretty healthy. The stem is dry and I'll put it next to the microphone here, and crackly, right? And you want that so you can cure it so they last, especially for hardneck garlic. And I've never grown softneck garlic, so I don't know as much about that. And then this is an example of one of the hardneck garlics that I harvested that wasn't too bad after it had rained, and you can see just how much less quality that is. So let me show you real quick. So I basically harvested a full gallon's worth. This is what's left after a couple different things I've done to process it, but a full gallon's worth of garlic. And I had to fly out the next day. And I spent about 4 hours processing the garlic because I really had no choice. You know, when the stems are really, really moldy and falling apart, and I was actually finding bug cocoons, little red bug cocoons in around the garlic that would have hatched and eaten the garlic. So I had no choice but to process it right then and there and to peel the garlic. Let me tell you, peeling garlic when you can't crush it with a knife takes a long time. It took me about 4 hours to peel all the garlic. It was about 40. And not only did I have to peel the cloves, I also had to make sure that I didn't get the cloves dirty while I was peeling off the outer layers that were all moldy and nasty. So I've done a couple things to preserve the garlic since I have so much and I wasn't able to cure it. So first of all, excuse the messy fridge here. I've tucked into the back there, you can see. This is garlic that I poured boiling, it's cleaned, and I poured boiling distilled vinegar over it. And I read that if you don't need to do anything else, just put it in the full cloves in the jar with boiling vinegar over it, let it come to room temperature overnight, and then store it in your fridge. And I have maybe, let's see, I think I did 5, yeah, I did 5 total of those, and then I did one with some of the Thunder Mountain pepper flakes I put into this to give it a little kick. But what I've heard is that when you do this, the garlic will keep its fresh taste. And now I haven't tried this before, so you know, look it up, use your own best judgment on it. But I really don't want to lose them. And you can freeze garlic, but it does lose some of that texture, and I want that crispiness that I've heard. And I've heard that keeping garlic like this in the refrigerator can last for up to a year. Basically, the reason I'm doing them in small jars is because I read that you don't really want to contaminate it once you open it. You have like a month or so to use it, maybe 2 months to use it. So they're in small jars so I can use one jar at a time and the others can stay clean and uncontaminated in the meantime. All right, let me show you what else I'm doing. So over here, I have an experiment that I heard about, and this is something I've been wanting to try for a long time, which is, oh, and you can kind of see it's being pushed up by the fermentation, which is honey fermented garlic. So this is my first time trying this, but the instructions I've read say to use unfiltered honey and peeled garlic cloves. You basically have to turn the jar once a day and release the gases at least a day for 30 days, and then you can store it in your fridge and eat it for up to a year. Now my camera wasn't working quite right, but listen to the sound of it pop as the gases release when I open the jar. Oh. All right, last up, let's turn to harvesting the potatoes that I grew this year. So I grew them in 3 different buckets, and they're mini potatoes. They're the little tiny ones I got from Home Depot. I grew about 3 plants per container, I think. I had them in full sun. I have them over here because we had a lot of rain, and I was trying to keep the soil from getting more moist before I harvested them because the plants were dying. And you want your plants to die back before you harvest potatoes, but you don't want them to sit there and rot either. I've been drying the potatoes. This is what's left of the potatoes. I haven't eaten any of the white mini ones yet, but I've eaten about half of the purple ones, which are just like small to medium size. You can kind of see the purple on them here. They're good. They're good. They're delicious. And you can let these cure and eat them. I think we'll probably have eaten these all within 2 or 3 weeks. This is about 5 to 6 meals worth for 2 people. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. I think I had a pretty successful year this year. All right, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I have so much more to show you, including how one of my winter sowing experiments turned out in the next video. And I'll see you next time.